And speaking of Nazi zombies, we've got more Nazi zombies in our next film, which is Oasis of the Zombies, or several alternative titles, which are Oasis of the Dead, Grave of the Living Dead, Treasure of the Living Dead, and my favourite, Blood-Sucking Nazi Zombies.
Oh, awesome.
I should have kept that one.
Yeah, and this one is actually directed by Jess Franco, although it's under the pseudonym A.M. Frank, whatever that means. Came out in 1982, and yeah.
I've got the synopsis here. An expedition searching for treasure supposedly buried by the German army in the African desert during World War II comes up against an army of Nazi zombies guarding the fortune. And you're a Jess Franco fan, aren't you, Greg?
I mean, kind of. I mean, we talked about Jess Franco previously. We had a whole episode dedicated to Video Nasties, directed by Jess Franco before the hiatus. And I love Bloody Moon. Bloody Moon is an amazing film. Women Behind Bars, I didn't really like. You were more of a fan of that one.
Yeah, I liked that one.
And then Devil Hunter, which was just absolutely terrible. And somehow this film is even worse than Devil Hunter. Yep. I mean, if you go by IMDb, it's got a 2.8 out of 10 rating, which is very apropos, I think.
Yeah, this is 1 year later than the previous one that we've discussed, and more zombies coming out of other places, just a different way. So out of sand instead of water, right?
Yeah. And the only kind of sort of interesting thing about this film is, again, it's the location, because it's in the desert. You don't really get zombie films set in a desert. And you do have kind of hands coming out of the sand, which is kind of interesting. But other than that, I really don't like this film. This film is so boring. It's so terrible. I put it off for years because I'd heard it was really bad. And yeah, I'm just like, it was just, I just found it a chore to get through. I'm just not going to lie. It's so bad.
I mean, we're completists here on Lament Configuration Horror Podcast, so we're watching them. So maybe you don't have to. You can just listen to the quick review if you don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
I would say that there is some, once again, like Zombie Lake, there is some really pretty shots in this film. There is some when the zombies are coming out at night and you're at like this sort of twilight dusk dunes with the silhouettes of them sort of marauding over the sandbanks. I think some of those shots there are really beautiful, but it does feel a lot like you are watching the same film as Zombie Lake. Like you've moved from a lake to a sand trap, basically. It's just another orifice for these people to come out of, these zombies to come out of. This, once again, has like two versions of the film, right? So I'm interested to see which version we all saw, because there's a French version and a Spanish version, and they actually have different cast members in them.
Oh.
So I'm interested to see which versions. I saw it in French.
I saw it in French.
Okay. Yeah. So there are two people, the evil guy at the beginning who stabs the pen.
Yeah.
And the lady who's in the vehicle with him. They're different actors in the Spanish version.
Yeah, I did think, because I was like, Jess Franco's Spanish and this is a French film. And then I was like, oh, they're both French Nazi zombie films. How weird. Okay.
Yeah. It is this company Eurocine again, I guess. Yeah.
Disappointing that there are no Gallagher brothers in this, considering it's Oasis, because I didn't manage to get tickets for the gig last year, so I was kind of looking forward to that, but did not happen.
I think there were about 3 when this came out, so it would have been weird if they were in it. Although we do start with what looks like twins, with the 2 girls in the Suzuki Jeep.
Oh yeah,
they've been travelling for 15 hours. 15 hours, and then we spend about 15 hours on an egregious long shot on their butts.
Yeah,
as they walk along and look at Nazi paraphernalia.
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice intro. I was like, oh, that's a bum. And then I was like, we're still looking at bum.
And swastikas.
Bum and swastikas. But like that butt shot, I felt like 15 hours. Like it didn't seem to end. I wondered if they were going to finish the shot by actually going up one of their colons.
Maybe.
I think if he had the technology, he would have.
Zoom. So much zoom.
There's so much zooming in this, yeah. But I mean, this is a Jess Franco film, so that wouldn't surprise me if he did that. I'm sure he wanted to.
Yeah. Just didn't have the colonoscopy camera to hand at that day.
Lots of nudity again. I also really loved the London in the 80s shots. I mean, it seemed quite irrelevant. It was just sort of a way to get to his son. And he was called Robert Blabbert, which was just a hilarious name.
Robbie Blabby. Yeah. Robbie Blabby.
And his son was also called Robert Blabbert.
Junior.
Junior. It's like,
it was nice
to
see.
It
was nice to see the Parliament Bridge without the chestnut sellers and the men trying to scam me for a card game. Yeah. So it was nice to see that the bridge in its original format. Now it's hell on earth to walk across that particular bridge.
Yeah,
I don't know if either of you've done it recently, but
quite empty there.
Don't recommend it. It's the 28 years later bridge.
Yeah,
28 days later bridge.
It is. Yeah,
awful.
Yeah, although I'm curious where it's supposed to be in London, because it just feels very kind of like gratuitous, like, oh, we're in London, so here's a shot of Big Ben. And then they're clearly not in London. The interiors of that building are not English at all. They're clearly like Spanish.
Yeah.
That could have been stock footage, to be fair. You don't actually see any principal cast in those shots.
Exactly.
So it could just be they were like, let's insert that. And then this Moroccan Riyadh can pretend to be a English office. It's fine.
Yeah, looks nothing like it should do.
Yeah, that's the thing about Franco is like a lot of the Oasis shots could just be in a park somewhere in Spain. Like, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, yes, the desert shots clearly were shot in a desert because you can't fake that. But like when they're in the Oasis, it's like, I'll just shoot it in Spain, just in some random park or whatever. It's just hilarious. Yeah.
So yeah, little Robert's mum died in childbirth again.
Yep, that's another similar thing to the previous film. So you've got battle scenes that happen like randomly about 20 minutes into the film, which was the only really exciting thing that happened. A lot of the time, it's just...
What was with the dramatic zoom on that spider? That spider got a lot
I think they were like, oh, we should clear that away, that shot, because it's getting in the way. And he's like, no. That is the shot.
That is the shot.
I'm guessing, is it metaphorical? Is it allegorical? Are they walking into a spider's web? Are they the flies or the bugs?
Maybe.
Walking into a Nazi flies?
Supposed to be this Nazi horrendous jump scare, and it's like the tiniest spiders you've ever seen.
Yeah, the ones you clear out the corner of your mum's cupboards.
Yeah, I've seen bigger spiders here, at home.
Yeah, that spider along with the camels were like the real stars of this film, along with the swans in the previous film. Yeah. Just amazing. So many camels.
I have a slight aversion to camels because I went to Tunisia as a child and we went on a camelback ride, and as we got off, one of the camels tried to bite me. So my dad punched the camel in the face. And then first time I saw my dad get into a fight was with the camel owner because he didn't like the camel. Yeah, so I'm now terrified of camels because they spit, and secondly, I know they try and bite tender little boys, tender little 6-year-old boys.
That's very traumatic.
Yeah.
Oh dear, this must have been harrowing for you.
I couldn't get through it. I had to watch most of it from behind a cushion and then subsequently the sofa. Oh dear. Well, I don't trust their knees. Why have you got 2 knees?
Yeah.
At least someone would have been scared by this film.
Yeah, there we go.
So you were either really terrified or really thrilled that there was that taxidermy one with no eyes then.
Yeah.
The poor thing.
That was probably the one my dad punched, to be fair. Knocked his eyes out.
Yeah. And speaking of people with no eyes, the zombies in this film, absolutely hilarious.
Oh.
So in Devil Hunter, we had our one kind of zombie with the big ping pong ball eyes.
Yeah.
And there's a second zombie in this who, I don't know how they did this. This must be ping pong balls for eyes again, but like his eyes are just so wide and big. It's just, I don't know, just to the point it looks ridiculous.
I understand. My understanding is they used a lot of animal skin over the top of the zombie, so they must have stunk. But in order to get the necrotic flesh, they used butcher shop animal skins. So I would say that the zombie design is better in this film than it is in Zombie Lake.
Yeah.
Rather than green face paint regular men.
Yeah.
With the occasional eye injury. But these guys, some of the guys' eye holes look like someone's just put like a pencil through a piece of tissue paper, and then they've just glued it to their faces. But I like that it captures the kind of arid, kind of desiccated way that their bodies would sort of look, even though there's still far too much flesh on their bodies, given the time period and the locale of where they've been.
So they've been sandblasted zombies.
Yeah.
I thought they looked like paper mache, not animal skin. It's like, definitely they got a pencil and poked through the paper. Like.
She's like, I can't see or breathe. And they're like, fine. There you go.
Some air holes for you.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm spoiled by Lucio Fulci. basically, because they are like the gold standard of like what zombies are meant to look like to me.
Yeah, I mean, I spent an entire podcast doing every single Lucio Fulci movie, so I've been very lucky to look. But trust me, they're not all good.
Oh no, no. Once you get past like 1982, I think it's pretty bleak kind of.
Not even that. Devil's Honey, mate.
Yeah, okay, that one aside.
You very rarely get to see films where a man sexually arouses a woman with a saxophone to the vagina.
Yeah,
you don't get that often, and when they come along, you should cherish them. And also, Murder, Rock, Dancing, Death. Come on. Serial killer that stabs women through the heart with a single pin at a dance studio. Come on.
Need to add these to my watch list.
Oh, trust me, there's a dearth.
Well, I wish that happened in this film.
Yes,
that would have made it infinitely superior. Yeah, definitely the part with the saxophone as well. Like, yeah, just I don't know, it's not great. I mean, look. I hate this film very much. I just find it incredibly boring. Like, there are long sections of this film where literally like barely anything happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly like after the flashback where his son and his friends, who are given names, but they are not given any characteristics whatsoever. Like, there's a girl who's with them who I don't even know if she even has any lines in this film.
I really struggled to note down who had died because of this, so tried to note it down. Just like girl, guy.
Is
girl,
a problem.
Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And like one of his friends is called Ahmed, and one of his friends is called Roger, I think, who's the guy who gets off with Erica, again, just randomly.
Yeah. And it was quite impressive that there was a real Fez in this. I liked that.
As opposed to not a real Fez.
I don't know.
Can you tell the difference?
How can you like crowbar a Fez into this plot? It's just like, just want to get someone randomly to buy one from a marketplace and just wear it. Novelty's sake.
I think it's the Moroccan thing, isn't it? I think it was either that or Tommy Cooper was making a cameo, and I don't think they can afford him on the budget.
It definitely wasn't Tommy Cooper.
No.
No. So you mentioned the body count in the last film was hard to do. I mean, this one, like, how did you do like the war scenes in this? Because literally, it's just people just shooting at each other for about 5 minutes, indiscriminately.
Impossible. There must be like under 10 deaths by zombies, and then probably in the war scenes, there's probably around 40 to 50. So let's call it 60. Rounding it up. I tried to research it online to see if anybody else had tried to do this, and it was barren.
No one hates themselves that much to try and do that.
It was barren. There was nothing to be found. Usually there's like some kind of Wikipedia list or something to reference. Even if it's wrong, I would look at it and check it. But yeah, I think they're probably about equal for both films, just as much, but some of it is the war scene. So
yeah. And you can tell that this was written by Jess Franco as well, and the previous film was, because the story is literally the same. You've got random like women just being killed in the first 5 minutes. And then you've got a flashback, and then you've got a woman dying in childbirth. But I suppose what you don't have in Zombie Lake, which you do have in Oasis of the Zombies, is Nazi gold, which you never see, by the way.
Oh, they never find it.
Never find it.
Never find it. It's just still there now. So
we should go.
Yeah, we should go.
You get a cheap Ryanair flight, get out there. Yeah. I feel like I would do quite well against these zombies. I mean, I think all three of us, due to our immense zombie movie training, would know how to avoid them. For example, Ria, if you could keep your clothes on, that would probably help you by about 90%. If you can walk faster than a meander, I think you'll be all right. I'll probably still die though. no, my luck.
Yeah, especially against the skeleton zombie, which looked so bad.
That was my favourite one, though. It was like a skeleton head on a stick with like a fake eye.
That is basically what it was, yeah.
I loved it.
Oh, I don't know. It just looked very bad.
I liked it that they were prepared with Molotov cocktails like they did made on campus, because that's what you do when you're at college, apparently.
Well, if you're like that kind of student, then yes, you would be throwing Molotov cocktails at the police and things of that nature. It was in the air. It was the early 80s.
Yeah.
So.
But I think the things that go for it are that it's a zombie movie set in a locale that is often, as you said at the beginning of the intro to this film, you don't see a lot of desert zombies. So it's fun for a while to spend time in a different locale with these sort of monsters Now, that obviously is reliant on there actually being a narrative. And I would say that arguably there is more of a narrative in this film than there is in Zombie Lake, which is sort of this weird zombie dad from behind the grave wanting to see his daughter, but we don't know why and how. And this one at least has, there's like a betrayal at the beginning, and then there's the son trying to revenge the father's death, and there's the Nazi treasure hunt. There are plot points here that you can at least latch onto. They're just delivered in very blasé ways.
Yeah, it's because it's like the two sets of people that are competing for the same treasure. So there's a little bit of tension there.
It's like wacky races.
Yeah, but in the desert
Sort
with
of.
some fake zombies.
Yeah.
And then quite a sort of moralistic, reflective ending there.
Oh,
I
that's
mainly
so funny.
found myself. So he wasn't bothered about the 6 million gold.
But at least he knows who he is now.
Yes.
He's found himself. It's Eat, Pray, Love.
Yeah.
Oh, with zombies.
Yeah. Just go to Naples and have a nice pizza, mate. It's much better.
The Middle Eastern music was like, correct though for this. I thought you've got to throw a bit of Middle Eastern music in there. You can't not do it.
I thought there was some pretty positive, like, Muslim representation in this. We get to see the call to prayer. You know, and all those sort of scenes are quite beautifully shot. And it was, normally in the 80s that would be sort of sneered upon, but I think it's represented in at least a respectful way, which is rare.
Yeah, sure. I mean, one thing I would say in positive for this and Zombie Lake as well is like, at least the colours are there. There's colour in the films. Like, you got green, a lot of green, and yellow in the previous film. And in this, obviously, there's a lot of yellow because of the sand and the interiors of the locations and stuff like that. It's not totally desaturated like you would get in films now. So
I guess the locale, because of, you have to remember sort of the time it was made, a lot of, Western audiences wouldn't have ever been to a place like this. So for them, it's almost like a travel guide. Like no one's ever really explored Morocco. I'm sure there have been Moroccan films and films set in Morocco before, but not a dearth. Not like, we can hop on a plane and be in Morocco in 3 hours now. It's, almost like a tourist advert for people to sort of live vicariously through these spelunkers. But understanding like a different culture and world that at that point in 1982 was quite foreign to 90% of the viewing people.
Yeah, this is why like Mondo films did really well, like in the 60s. Because like you said, people just didn't travel abroad. So you could bring out something and go, look at these crazy foreigners.
Look what they do. Isn't it weird?
Yeah.
Isn't it weird and wrong? And like no one would be there to contradict it. So they just go, guess this must be true. This must be real.
Yeah.
Or like Faces of Death or whatever, similar thing.
Yeah, the exploitation things where they would show cults and tribes in Africa performing their perfectly normal rituals to them, but it being exploited and said, look how weird they all are. So really in those sort of senses, Mondo films and Faces of Death are really one of the sort of leading factors for xenophobia and racism. So that's cool.
Yep, exploiting cultures.
Which is a fun place to leave this review on, I would say. So Eat, Pray, Love. You didn't find the goal, but you found yourself. And that's all that matters really, isn't it? Yeah. Now, though I am not a fan of the film, if you do want to watch it, you can again find it on Amazon and Apple TV here in the UK. And in America, you can find it on Canopy and Plex. And once again, if you want to own this on Blu-ray, why would you? But if you do, again, it's available from Redemption Films, which is, again, part of Kino Lorber, regional. I think they do a lot of Jean Rollin and they do Jess Franco type films. So, yeah, that's how you would do that.